Hello, my name's Julie Williams. I'm a registered migration agent with Migration Downunder, and I'm here to talk to you about the Subclass 189 visa, which is a permanent visa and it's an independent visa, which means that you're not reliant on an employer or a state body to nominate you for permanent residency. It's completely independent, and it's always been a popular one for those people that are highly skilled that would like to either migrate to Australia or are currently in Australia and would like to secure permanent residency. It is points-based, and we can talk through that. The only thing is, with the 189, in years gone by, it was one of the more popular ones because it gave people independence and ability to apply on their own accord. But the numbers have been dramatically reducing over the last few years. So, for example, in the previous financial year, 23 to 24, the allocation of places was around 30,000. That has actually almost halved for this current financial year of 2024-25 to 16,900. So for those that are not familiar with the Australian financial year, it is from the 1st of July each year until the 30th of June. And that is also the migration program year. And that's how they allocate numbers for each financial year. So there's a huge reduction in the available spaces for people. They're also targeting certain sectors. The priority for the federal government is currently those working in the health sector, the education sector, construction, and to a certain degree, IT. But generally speaking, it's more cybersecurity and very high-end IT, not just, if you're a software engineer or developer, that may not get you an invitation. Because again, the key is getting an invitation. So whilst your occupation is on the list, because it is a broad list and everyone's thinking, wow, I've got the points, I meet the requirements, I'm going to apply. Unfortunately, these days, it doesn't guarantee you an invitation. So for example, the last financial year, there were only 2 invitation rounds. They were in, I believe, December in 23, and again around May, June 2024. So when the rounds are, we never know, because they seem to change it. Unlike previous years where it used to be regularly each month, they would list out a number of invitations. So how do you apply for the 189 visa? Firstly, you've got to lodge an expression of interest. It doesn't cost any money, but to be able to do that and apply for a valid expression of interest, you need to have your skills assessment done. You also need to have your English language test. And even if you're from a country from the UK, US, Canada, Ireland, where you are a native English speaker, doing an English test will gain you more points. Because the more points you have, the more competitive you are, because it is a very competitive environment, the 189. So you get points for your age. You have to be 44 and under. You get points for your experience, whether that's overseas or in Australia. If you've got work experience in Australia, you get more points. You get points for your your partner, or you even get points for being single, just to make sure that no one's discriminated in that area. You need a minimum of 65 points to be able to lodge an expression of interest. But in reality, you really need to be aiming for about 90 points to even be considered to get an invitation, because the expression of interest, as I mentioned, doesn't guarantee an invitation. So the 189 is a little bit dead in the water, whilst the government are pushing more towards state-nominated, the 190, as well as employer-sponsored 186, because they can see the skilled migrants actually working in their relevant occupation. Because what they don't want is a number of skilled people obtaining permanent residency and then not being able to work in their chosen occupation or their chosen field or profession. So the 189 is not guaranteed. You can certainly apply, because you never know. Sometimes the government may just randomly select a number of people or a number of occupations. They don't actually select people, it's all computer generated. So again, the more competitive you are, such as having the higher points, the more chances you'll be able to secure that 189 invitation. But if you'd like to know more, don't hesitate in booking a consultation with us, which you can do through our website.